Alright, it's a heck of a morning. I want to show you guys this if I can jump in on them. Down here on the claim, I wish I had these. These are wild burros or donkeys. They're up on the mountain. They look, yeah, they look real nice, don't they? See, you never know down here on the claim what you're gonna have walking in on you. Clean looking. For a wild animal, they look outstanding. They don't waste any time getting up that hill. Alright, well, there's another piece for you. We'll be back in a little while. Alright, hello YouTube subscribers and all my watchers. I've been getting some good feedback from you. That's kind of interesting. Anyway, as you can tell, this is Go for Broke 2. And as you can tell, I'm not in Indiana anymore. I'm back out in the desert, in the sand again, and having a good morning. It's pretty cool this morning. And as you could probably hear, it's probably a little windy right now. What I'm doing is, if you see these sand piles, it's all nice sand. I've actually thought about it, and I did some testing, and I ran some of these tailings yesterday. Now these tailings is from dry washers that's been out here and ran stuff that's been wet. We've had some rain this year. It's been pretty heavy, so the ground's still damp, about a foot and a half down. So what I'm doing is coming in, and instead of doing some hard digging, I'm filling buckets up and taking the tailings down to my machine that you've seen me with in Indiana, the high banker. I do have it set up about the same way, but I have the riffles in it now. I've already found one little picker out of this, so I do know the riffles are working pretty good. But this is what I'm doing now, and out in the desert, and I'm going to try to make a pretty good video for you guys and show you. I've got a couple of friends that I've met down here, and they're actually running a bazooka down at the creek, hauling buckets from up here, up top down there. I've also got a good friend that I'm actually staying up here with at the KOA campgrounds. His name is Ben Ironman Caldwell. You'll see him later on. He's running a dry washer, but he's upstairs. He's in the high parts of the country here, I should say. We'll be getting him on video as well. And plus me running my machine down at the creek as well. I'm also hauling buckets. It's a pretty good walk. I'd say it's about the size of a football field you got to get to, but I do have my dolly down, and I do have my helper, Lisa. She's going to be down there running the high banker while I'm bringing her buckets. So it should be a pretty good production. Like I said, I did see a clean out yesterday. I ran, like I said, some tests. I was pretty happy with the cleanup. So we're going to show you a good cleanup probably today too, and later on show you just what kind of gold we're getting. It's still fine gold. It's still fine gold to flakes, but with occasional big flake and occasional picker. So I can't guarantee anything, but I can guarantee there's going to be gold in there. So like I said, we're going to get, like I said, the guys on tape and give you a good video and show you just what it's about. But right now, it's morning. It's still cool out, so I'm going to be humping some buckets and getting them down there at the creek. So let's get to work and bring you back when I get down there. like I was saying, got Lisa down here going to work the high banker all day. All I'm going to do is hump buckets. As you can see, it was quite a walk down here. The high banker, I got it set almost just like I did in Indiana. It's still running fast, but I got the rivels in. Go ahead and feed it up. We'll get in there for real quick. Let me take the camera, just show you real quick in here. Got a little bit of a shadow on here. As you can tell, I got it running fast, but it's all sand that we're running. Got the Gold Hog mats at the end just for a safety, but I'm still using the double corrugated metal up in the top. And like I said, for the tests I'm running, it's doing a real good job. How do you like running that sand? Makes a heck of a difference. All right, well that's just what I'm doing. Like I said, we got the Hondas. I'm about 70 feet away from the water. Like I said, we're kind of up on the high banks, but all right. Well, back to work. I'm going to hump some buckets. We're going to get about 12 in, and then, like I said, I'll go down and show you Jay and his boy down there running the bazooka, and then I'll take you up to show you Ben and running the dry washer. We're going to make a good day of it. Hang in there, we'll be back in just a little bit. Cleaned off pretty good. We'll do a cleanup for 11 buckets. We're going to shut this engine down. We'll do a cleanup real quick. All right. Well, we're down here on the creek. We did a clean out. We approximately ran 12 buckets of fine tailings from dry washers that's been here in probably like the last 2 months, 3 months. They're pretty fresh. Like I said, I've did my homework, so we should be seeing a good clean out here. I've actually got to clean this out in 2 increments because my box is pretty large. So we'll get some of it going on here. And it's pretty fine stuff, as you can see. Like I said, I've been following dry washers and just trying to get a good feel of what's out here on this claim. Kind of go through this not real fast because, like I said, I know what we're catching. It's mostly macro gold and fine flakes. I've dug around in the other sands where everybody's been digging with the dry washers, and I found a couple bigger flakes, but just not a ton of them. So that means I'm going to go after this micro stuff and see what kind of collection I get off of it. Now I'm just going to do a little fast pan here so you can see what I'm doing. As you can see, I'm not letting the sand go off real fast. I don't want the black sands and the white sands getting mixed up, so I shake the fingers and I'll let the gold particles down as far as what I can. As soon as I start seeing a little bit of black sand, I shake it up again. Like I said, I'm messing with micro gold. It's pretty fine stuff. The reason why I'm doing this now is not, I'll have my dry washer down here later on, but right now it's just it's not dry enough for me, and I don't mind humping buckets to the high banker as long as it's laying off. can tell the wind's blowing pretty good today, so it's not too bad. It's kind of cool. See if I can't get this gold down in here so you can see some. Now I'm going to try to get where my back's towards the camera here so you can see in the sun. Oh, there's a bunch of micros in there for sure. If you can get right up here at the top, I think I can get my camera girl here to keep me a little close up in here. Trying to get most of the black sands off there, but you can see there's several specks in there. It's probably about, I'd say about 100 colors right through here on the micros. It's pretty hard to see, but it's there. And like I said, I haven't went through all my bucket yet, so I'm just briefly showing you, because like I said, I'm still going to go up and see the other guys. I'm going to and show you a few other tricks today, and see what they like, see how they set their stuff up, see how they prefer to run it. Like I said, Jay and Thomas is here. Some new friends that I've met. My old friend Ben Caldwell, Ironman Caldwell, he's here. He's way up high, like I said, with a dry washer. We'll go up there and check him out. And you'll get a couple extra different views on different pieces of equipment. The bazooka, which I've never ran before, I have seen it work. It's pretty fast, it's pretty efficient, so you might, if you like a sluice box, you might check it out. It's pretty quick and pretty versatile. Even a kid can run it. It's pretty fantastic. But later on, like I said today, we might be able to show you maybe one of Ben's clean outs after he does it. You also might know Ben off of eBay as Kid Puke. He does sell his gold cons, and I can vouch for him that he does not look through them. They go right from his dry washer right into the bag that he mails you. He doesn't sift through them. He sends just what he digs right out of the ground to you. So that's pretty honorable. That's a pretty honorable deal. That's because I know a lot of people, they like to salt bags. He doesn't salt it. He digs it, and you get exactly what he gets. He'll do a test run in the morning just to make sure he's still on the gold, and then after that, you get the bag. I'm also going to be doing some gold cons on eBay myself. It'll be under Swiftwater, of course, but you can check that out. We're digging, like I said, the same place. I'll be down here for at least maybe 3 months this year, maybe longer. Who knows? This claim's not wore out yet, and I do have water, so why not use the water while we're here? Now, when this claim does run out, when the water runs out, we'll probably be back up in Black Canyon City somewhere and trying it up there again. So just like I said, hang around there, and we'll go down and check out Jay and Thomas next. Get you a good thing, and then after them, we'll go back up. We'll put up and see old Ben and the big hole he's made. He's been working there for a couple of weeks, and now he's a hard-working guy. So, like I said, you check him out. Check Jay and Thomas out. And I want to thank them both for letting me film them today. I know they're trying to work. They've got a limited time to be down here, so they're trying to get this most as what they possibly can done. So, but anyway, hang in there. Stick around. We're going to be back in just a second. And I hope you've seen a little bit. We'll show you more at the end of the day. When I get a final clean out, we'll really show you some gold then. So, stick around.
Oh, don't hit.
Welcome back. These are the guys that I was talking about to you earlier. Pretty good fellas. That's Jay and Thomas. They're from Texas, right? Houston, Texas. And anyway, they're down there on the creek right now or running a bazooka, which I'll be showing you that here in a piece as soon as he takes them down there to run. What they're doing now is they've actually dug down probably about 4 to 5 feet. They're in a nice pay layer. It's pretty close to the hole that you see me run the gold cradle in Arizona on. It's actually right across the road, so they're pretty much going to be in the same kind of creek layer as I was in, because I said the horseshoe is built on. How long do you think it took you guys to build this down in here?
Good 2 days.
Good 2 days?
Yeah.
You guys are still on pretty good gold?
Yeah, we're seeing Yeah, we're really good gold. We're down there in Bazooka. Each bucket we're pouring through Bazooka, we're seeing 20 to 40 colors just sitting on the bottom of the Bazooka as the water's running through.
So you're probably more than likely getting about 100 colors a bucket out of there.
At least, yeah.
Yeah, it's like I said, there's a good sand layer in here, and they're trying to get down to the rocks that the sand layer that holds the gold is in, and which I'm seeing they're starting to get down to some rock layers pretty good. You guys been digging gold for how long?
We started about 2 years ago.
About 2
prospecting.
years? You guys been a member of the GPA ever since you started?
Oh yeah, I bought a 3-year membership this year.
All right. So there, like I said, there's 2 more guys that's bought into the GPA 3-year membership. It's a good way to go. You get a little rebate on it. Plus, you don't have to renew it every year. It's a pretty good idea if you want to get into it. Thomas, how long you been doing it? Same thing? 2 years?
About 2 months.
About 2 months? How are you liking it so far?
Oh, I love it.
He loves it. I'll tell you what, folks, with a shovel and moving rocks like they're doing out here, LA Fitness is just a waste of time. This is a workout in itself. And we're out here, like I said, in Arizona. I'm back down in the Horseshoe, where you got to be about half mountain goat to get back down into, like I was telling you. And anyway, it's just a good time. People like this is what you come out here to meet and see and get different ideas of what you want to do. Now, like I said, they're running a Bazooka. I'm actually running the high banker that I had in Indiana. Still set up pretty much the same way. I've got some extra screens in there and still have the Gold Hog matting in the back. But like in Indiana, I'm sitting there and I'm finding fines to flakes, and occasionally, you could find a picker. So I know a picker's not going to go past the screen. But like I said, he was just hanging there, and when these guys go shooting on down there to the creek, I'm going to show you how they set up their Bazooka, what's their process, what do they like to do, and what they find. And maybe if I can get Jay here to do a little pan for you, a little clean out, and show you just what they're getting. So stick around, and we're going to be back here in just a little bit. Okay, here we are back down at the creek. This is what they call it. This is a Bazooka, right?
Bazooka Gold Trap.
A Bazooka Gold Trap. Now this is the medium one?
The medium, yeah, the middle size.
Okay, he does have a small one too, but as you can tell, we got some nice flow of water down here. We've had some good rains, which has actually flooded this place out down here pretty good, so I had to wait a couple weeks to get down here, as well as these guys. Thomas, go ahead and explain your process with the Bazooka. How do you like to do how do you like to run your process here?
Well, it's quite simply, first we got to build the dam, and we have to control the current of water so that the flow is constant. So you want a constant flow. You don't want too much pressure, you don't want too little. You have to have, it's best to have the Bazooka at an elevated, nice stream. I don't know if you can see it right here, but there's a V shape of water that pushes it.
Right.
It keeps the flow. You want a steady flow. Too much will push out your gold. Too little, you won't get enough.
Oh.
Now, in this process, can you overload this Bazooka, Jay?
I haven't found that.
I haven't seen it yet. Yeah.
We haven't found that we could overload this. You can pour it real slow if you want, but I just pour it as quickly as I can in there without. It's like, see, we have a little mound right here. As long as you just push the mound over, as long as it's under the water, it just flows right on through. Like right there, I can see a piece of gold just sitting on the bottom.
Right.
And there's another piece. There's a bunch of pieces on there.
Oh yeah.
And
I can see at least 10 colors sitting here on the top of it right now.
remember that little toy as a kid? You put it on the wall, and it kind of goes. Doof, doof.
Right.
It just kind of rolls down. That's what the gold does. When it's on the bottom, it goes doof, doof, doof. And then when it gets into this, there's a catch pan in there, and it just does the last flip, and it's caught. I've several times I've taken all the tailings that come out and painstakingly panned it, and every now and then I'll find maybe one teeny tiny piece.
And like I said, this is a
that
Bazooka.
99%, the 1% out of there.
Right.
Yeah.
And like I said, this is a Bazooka Gold Trap. And now, do you prefer this better than sluice box?
Well, huge, yes.
It gets more results.
It gets more results.
It gets more results.
And which I know you guys, I've seen you clean it out. It's definitely a faster clean out. All he does is tip it up, put it in a bucket. I'm not going to have him clean it out now because he's working some cons and he's got stuff in there. But I have seen him clean it out. It is a quicker process to dump in a bucket without undoing the riffles and all that. Not saying a sluice box is bad, but hey, if you can get something like this that's just as fast, just as efficient, and costs just as much, go with what you like.
And what I really like about it compared to the sluice is, if we're running this much through a sluice, probably about every 30 to 45 minutes, you need to do a clean out because it just starts filling up with black sand and gold and silt. Well, this catch trap down here, it fills up with whatever goes through it, but it's cool. The heavies they take the place of whatever else is in there, and it's pushing out the pebbles. And after about 4 or 5 hours, sometimes it's almost just black sand and gold, and lead shot and other heavies, magnetite, hematite.
There ain't nothing wrong with that now, is there?
No, and so when you go to do the clean out, you almost got to use the blue bowl or however you do your fine stuff because there's so much black sand.
Yeah.
But it's great.
Interesting.
And you also have to let the audience know that this is made for stream watering. It's not made for recirculation. You can see that we had to build the dam to create the stream.
Right. Now, does this work? Does the flow? Does it work on a slower flow as well? Like
yes.
right now, I mean, I know you got a little deeper, and it is running pretty good. The V's in there real nice, but will it work on a slower flow?
Right now, it's almost flat.
Okay.
Because in my opinion, we have a really strong flow coming through here. In fact, you'll notice I've opened up the water right here, and we're just letting the water flow past it without blocking it in because we have plenty of flow. When the water flow is lower, then I dam up the water more, and I increase the tilt.
Okay.
Now, if you increase the tilt too much, on any machine, you're going to run a risk of losing some gold. But
and myself, I find it pretty interesting. This is the first time I myself had actually seen the bazooka actually ran, and I'm kind of impressed with it. Like I said, for just a loading buckets, bringing it down to a stream, it looks like it's pretty efficient. I mean, he's putting a lot on there, which would scare me at first, but watching how he's working it and watching how efficient that it does go through and go into the trap, it does make a big difference. It is a pretty efficient machine, I have to give him that. Well, anyway, guys, continue on, and like I said, I'm going to get back to work myself. I'm glad you guys had to come down, and you guys are going to have to take off tomorrow or the next day?
Yeah, tomorrow.
And then you'll have to be back next month?
Yeah, probably about a month.
About a month. And I'll still be here because I'm going to be working. I'll be working my tail off about then. But.
Yeah.
There's the bazooka at work. I'm going to try to zoom in on some colors here for you guys. You notice how that flows going right through that trap right there. Look how efficient that runs. That is just like running a nice sluice box. Let's see if I can't see any colors down in here. Didn't see none yet, but I did see some earlier. They sometimes set right on that shelf on that bazooka. Alright, there's one right there. See if I can't get you in a little closer to see it. Maybe the flash of the water's going to kill me here. Yeah, the flash is going to kill me. Anyway, there's probably about a good 10 to 15 colors on top of that bazooka. But just look how fast and efficient that runs in that. He dumped a whole bucket in that just before I turned this camera on, and it's already gone. So if you guys ever think about something, give the Bazooka Gold Trap a look. When you're coming out with the kids and stuff right here by the creek, if they want to play in the creek and still find gold, it's fantastic to do. It's efficient, one box, so you can pack it down on your backpack or anything like that. Give them a look-see and check out some of the videos you see on YouTube. Maybe you guys might like it. Maybe you might want to try something else. Like I said, everybody's different. But anyway, this is Swiftwater. I'm going to get back to work. Hang in there. No, they aren't. Here we are back here, and we just come over here for a little break by the shade tree. And this is one of the reasons in Arizona, if I can get in here, you always got to keep on your toes. If I can get back to them here. Now look what we got right here. There is a mating pair of rattlers right there. And they are, luckily, they're together. They're not very big. I'd say about 4 or 5 buttons. But they're right in a little cubby hole and not very far from us. So you always got to keep your P's and Q's out here in AZ for sure. Like I said, I get back out of the hole here and you can see they're not very far from where I'm standing at. So anyway, just thought you guys liked to see a little rattlesnake action. If I could have got them out, I would have. Like I was telling you the other day, yesterday, we was gonna come back up, and this is Ben Iron Man Caldwell.
How you doing?
It's a good friend of mine. Ben, right here, I've noticed you started working way back in here. You come around and now you're working to the front. Was there, what did the pile look like when you were actually started in this?
Well, if you get a shot around over here, it's just a big mound that they had stocked up and big pile, scraping it down as I get into it.
So this was pretty much over my head, just like the pile behind.
Yeah, it's like right here. If you get in the hole here, it's about 6 feet, 8 feet.
Now 6 to 8 feet.
Yeah.
And I see you got your keen set up. It's running pretty good. I see you got a good tailings pile, so I can see you've really worked your way in here. What kind of gold you been finding?
Mostly fines, a lot of fines, get some flakes, and about every hour and a half you can get a decent sized picker out of it.
Okay. Me, I found probably 1 or 2, what I consider a picker, a good enough flake to pick up anyway. Now, Ben also is on eBay. His sales name's Kid Puke. Yeah, you've probably bought some pay dirts off of him if you're back in the East Coast. Sometimes he sends it north as well. He's doing a real good job on there. What he does is where he's digging at right now. I like what he does because he doesn't look through his concentrates. He actually puts it right into a bag, and that's what gets shipped to the people that order off of him. So if you ever wonder what his gold looks like or how it's going to be going, we'll be showing you a cleanup later. We're not going to do a cleanup down here. We've been doing 1 or 2 cleanups down here and went down the creek, and like I said, the creek's pretty far. That's where I hump my buckets down to, and he don't like to walk that far down there because he's extra high. He's about 2 little hills up higher than what I am down there. So what I'm going to do is we're going to take you back to the camp later and show you a cleanup. How many minute run you going to run before you do a cleanup?
I'm going to do a 60-minute run on this one.
A 60-minute run.
Yeah.
Now, when you do on eBay, you got 15-minute runs,
Right,
20-minute, 30-minute, depending on the name. Little
Right.
filth, big filth, monster filth.
I try to stay in, this color here is about 10 to 30 colors a minute through the dry washer on the clean out, so
So it's pretty rich dirt.
yeah.
Okay. Now, I've had a lot of people on YouTube asking me about snakes and scorpions. Is it bad out here? Have you seen any snakes up in here yet?
Not in my hole, around the cactuses out here I've seen them. A lot of times I'll pull the scorpions out from the ground there underground. In the spring they start coming out pretty good.
Okay. And me, I've showed you, like you see in the video earlier, there's the only 2 snakes I've seen down here in the last 3 years was the 2 rattlers that I got pointed out, and they were, they're busy with each other. They were mating in a nice little cool den. But we really don't have that much problem with rattler snakes out here. And like I said, it is getting a little cooler. So maybe they're going to get a little more active in the breeding season. But, that remains to be seen where we're at. Like I said, we walk on trails and such like that. But getting back to it, like I said, we're going to take you back and show you an actual cleanup of what Ben's getting it. Strictly for, his customers on eBay, plus you, my YouTube watchers as well. As you can see, this is a very big hole. It's a very deep hole. He's worked it real well. He's worked it actually a little bit better than what I worked mine down there. but I'm also humping buckets, and he's got his machine right here. He's working dry right now, and I'm working wet. Now in the future, I'm going to go to dry as well. I just want to make sure that the water that I have down there, as long as I have water, it's viable for me to use it. So, you know, get it done, get the most out of it, what I can. Now, when it dries down there, I'll probably be coming up in here. And this hill behind the camera is probably about another 20 to 30 feet by at least 15 to 20 feet wide. It's a pretty good hill, been put here by a bucket excavator or a front end loader. And yeah, it's going to be pretty viable. Now, you can see all these big rocks that he's got stacked in here too. Was that pretty hard digging? You don't want to move them more than once, though, right?
You got to get them in the right spot so the tailings build like a little platform right here. That's what I tried to do, and then flicking the tailings out that way.
Right. Now, do you have very many problems with the wind up in here?
Occasionally, yeah, it's come back at you, but you know, that's kind of, if you got more of an area to move around in, you can set up at the other end or kind of use the wind in your favor to blow the dust out instead of sucking it up.
Good deal. Good deal. Now, you're actually a member of the GPAA as well, right?
Yep.
How long have you been a member?
1 year.
1 year. All right. Like I said, you're getting in the GPA, you know, it's viable to get in, and people teach you what they know, and then when you get out in the field, you take it and you utilize it. Now, when stuff runs out, we're probably going to go back on a GPAA claim. I'm not for sure. Like I said, when I run out of water, we probably jump back on another claim that we know of, and probably do a little bit more dry washing. But right now, he's wanting to work this out and get as much as he can out of here, because it is rich hill, a rich hill of pay dirt, more or less, that's been stockpiled here, that never got used by the old miners that was actually here. Like he said, he's getting about anywhere from 10 to 20 colors per gallon, so it's pretty good stuff. But anyway, like I said, I'm going to let him work a little bit more. I got to go do some work myself. You know me, I'm humping buckets still. Just took a little time to come up here and shoot. Like I said, good friend of mine. He's been here. We're staying at the campground up there at the KOA. It's a nice little place. Can't beat it. Close to the claims and all that. But like I said, when we go back to camp, he's going to do a clean out on a 60-minute run, right?
Right.
A 60-minute run. So that'll give you a little bit of an example of what we're getting out of 60 minutes running through a dry washer. Now, he times these pretty precisely. Like I said, everybody that I've seen that ordered anything from him has been totally happy with it. So yeah, you give him a check out. Definitely on eBay. Like I said, just look up Kid Puke. His bags will be called Filth, Little Filth, Monster Filth, something. They're always filthy. Filthy Cons is what he's got. He's got to love it. But anyway, like I said, you stick around. We're going to do some more work. Like I said, when we go back to camp, we're going to pan it down. We're going to get that nice color, that nice bright gold up in the top of that pan to let you see and take it and really check out and see what we're getting here. So hang in. We're going to get back to work, and we'll be back after. See ya. All right. Welcome back. Like I said, we come back to camp. We're going to do a clean out. We actually did the panning. My panning, we're not going to do any panning of mine yet because I'm waiting on a brand new Miller table. I know up here that we find a lot of fine gold and a lot of fine flakes, and if you pan it out in the creek, you just seem to lose a lot of bit. Anyway, if you can hear me good, that's good. I got a fan blowing over here beside the camera, but hey, it's kind of warm. It's still Arizona, you know. But anyway, this is going to be the daily take on this.
My 60-minute clean out.
60-minute clean out right there. See if I can't get a little bit closer just so you can really tell. Let me get behind the camera here and see if I can't get it in the good picture. Look at that. Now there's still gold in the black sands. Like I said, this is just a quick clean out. We're waiting on that Miller table. But like I said, folks, that's 60 minutes right there. 60 minutes is not hardly anything. But when we get that brand new Miller table, you're going to be seeing a lot more fine gold. I've actually had 2 containers, approximately this size right here. I've actually sent 2 of them back home with my cons in it, waiting for this Miller table. So all in all, like I said, He's sitting here right now doing a little eBay. Was that a little filth?
Just a little filth.
A little filth. Okay. Now a little filth's going to be how many minutes?
15.
Little filth, he runs 15-minute runs. Sells the dickens out of them. They're great for anybody. Are they starter kits? Or?
Yeah, it's just for a beginner and novice. Just
yeah.
somebody who wants to see some color in their pan, learn how to.
What do you think? 200, 100?
I like to keep it around 150 colors. Well, I hope they get 150 colors. It can vary, hopefully on the high end. But
Okay, so it's going to have anywhere from 150 to 200 colors in it. Like I said, he doesn't go through it. He actually does a test pan before he starts his day out. As soon as he finds out what he's got, if he's still on it, then he goes ahead and makes his bag from the same batch that he's digging out of. Like I said, he keeps it real honest, keeps it straightforward, goes right in the box. And like I said, he just got rid of it not too long ago. He's already getting it in the mail. Quick, fast, speedy response. Like I said, look up Kid Puke on eBay. Don't forget, here eventually, you can also see some of mine on there as well. You can see some Swiftwater Spay Dirt. I'm actually sticking some on there. If we're going to do it by what I'm trying to do is do it by the minutes. Like if somebody wants 30-minute dig, I'm going to do $60. If somebody wants $20, $40, $15, $30, and vice versa. So, give me some feedback. Tell me what you think. Hit me on YouTube. I can talk to you anyhow. It doesn't matter. But this is it. This is our setup. I'm glad you got to see a good video outside. Glad you got to see my friend Ben. And Thomas and Jay was down there as well. They did pretty good on the old bazooka. And, well, that's what we're doing. I'll be in the old desert for about the next 4 months, 5 months. I don't know. It's going to be a while. But I might bring you another video later on. We'll have some different pictures and stuff like that. So until next time, to all my subscribers out there, and to all the viewers, I'll catch you later. This is Swiftwater, and I'm out. And always remember, get out there and start living life before life isn't there to start living. Take care.